The Nerdgasm Talk podcast is brought to you by Spaces Philly. If you love podcasts, go to spacesphilly.com where you can check out Lulu and Pop, Both Sides, Turntables, Jump Thought Super Tongue, and the Nerd Coalition's very own No Gimmicks Needed. Visit spacesphilly.com today. And now, feel the Nerdgasm.
Netflix has acquired UPN and 7 shows from there.
Yes, 7.
Moesha, sister. The Game, Girlfriends, The Parkers, Half and Half, and 101. So that, first of all, that's a win for the culture. That I am glad this happened because now I get to watch Sister. I ain't finished the game, but I heard when the game went on BET, it just got bad.
It was a mess.
Oh wait, hold up! It said the first 3 seasons, so I think that's the CW run.
It's the UPN seasons. It's not or CW seasons, not the BET seasons.
Okay, good. I'm good then. I'll watch that. I'll rewatch that. But man, I'm happy to hear this.
I ain't got nothing to say, but eat to that. I'm so excited. I'm so excited, y'all.
Look, now y'all can get rid of Friends. Like, we don't need that.
Listen, Friends is about to, and I think...
Shut up, Ben got rid of Friends.
Listen,
I think they knew their crowd. They was like, look, we're about to lose The Office. We need something, y'all.
We need somebody to come over here.
Like,
they about to lose The Office and Friends because they both NBC.
Yeah.
I mean, okay. I'm not happy about The Office, but I can buy that on DVD. I could care less about Friends.
Yeah, I could eventually get it. I don't. I've watched that series too many times to really be like, oh no, like to be sad about it. So
exactly, because like, am I going to be sad? But I'm like, I just want something to binge that I don't really need to pay attention to, and it's not there. That sucks. But yeah, Friends can go because I never understood the hype. I have Living Single anyway. So
Living Single was Friends before Friends.
Listen, fun fact, Friends was actually the working title for Living Single before Friends even came out. And I'm just like, okay, y'all.
I did hear that.
But go off. And it's like they got paid so much more and they get enough royalties from their show that they never have to work again if they don't want to. So
I literally don't see them working at all. Like
they don't have to. They were paid like $1 million an episode at one point for that show, and then it went into syndication, so they get their royalty checks. And I'm like, all right, y'all go off. I'm good.
Yeah,
this is America.
Yep. Don't catch them slipping on.
I know. I'm excited about the UPN resurgence. I mean, I've been saying for the longest, I really wanted a streaming service that would pick up black sitcoms. Mm-hmm. And my original idea was one that just did black sitcoms because there's so many, even like the obscure ones that you don't hear about anymore, that you could put on there for people to watch.
You don't want BET Plus?
What happened?
You don't want BET Plus or Urban TV?
No.
I think I'm good with Tyler Perry Plus. Because everything I've seen that was supposed to be on BT Plus was by Tyler Perry, and I think I'm okay. I don't need any more of his sitcom. I'm good. Because I was just like, even if BET did pick these shows up, they're owned by Viacom. They're not gonna. I don't think they're gonna go out and get stuff that's not owned by their own. Like they already have content,
right?
So I would have loved to get the licensing agreements to this and a bunch of other stuff. Like, I want to see the Parenthood. That don't come on nowhere but Stars Black, like once a day.
No, I'm agreeing with you. There are some shows that when she mentioned, I don't care. I don't need to go back to them shows. Girlfriends is one of them. I don't need to go back to Girlfriends. I watch the Parkers sporadically.
Was 101 the Flex Alexander?
Yes. Now, I like 101.
Except for the last season when she was in college. Didn't need that season.
I don't remember that one.
So I like seeing Moesha because we be watching today. I like seeing 101. Mm-hmm. I like seeing Half and Half.
Mm-hmm. Even though I'm mad, most of these shows never got a proper ending. So a lot of stuff was just left hanging in the balance.
I mean, now, Half and Half to the point also is just like, I like Half and Half, but I can watch it sporadically because
I don't remember Half and Half.
Essence Atkins. I was like, okay, I don't. You know,
Is this smart guy for you?
No.
I want Smart Guy back.
Smart Guy's on Disney Plus.
Oh yeah, it is. It is.
I binge watched that already. I binge watched Smart Guy already. But Sister one on one and Moesha are the one, and like I said, the ones that I would stop and binge watch those series all the way through. Every now and then, like I said, if I come on and then the Parkers is on and Lady Sketch is watching it, I'll watch it with her. But I don't care because the Parkers is on when she up at night anyway.
Yeah, it's on like BET or TV One or what. I think
she'll turn it at, or she'll turn the half and half, or she'll turn to
half and half don't come on TV no more.
Well, no more. Okay, I see. But you turn that. So I'm like, I see it, but me personally, I'm like, where's Eve?
He was like, where Eve at? Why didn't you get Eve?
Eve was my show. I'm like, yo, fuck Girlfriends, man.
How you do that?
Man, I was all in for Eve, and I'm like, yo, fuck Girlfriends. I don't care about Girlfriends.
Again, it's the same thing that happened with Q. Girlfriends was very popular, whether you liked it or not. It was a huge show.
I'm aware of that, but the thing, like too many of them got on my nerves.
Listen, I was just about to get to that when you're done.
Yeah, them and Will, I was just like, I was like, that's more my reaction with Girlfriends more often than it should be. And I'm like, man, there were more shows like The Parenthood or like Eve, especially Eve for me, that I would have wanted to see in place of Girlfriends. I understand why they put the Parkers on there. That's like a spinoff of Moesha anyway.
Can we just also, because I got some notes about these shows. Yeah. Why was it that Kim and her mama both was chasing after these men that did not care about them, and that was the running joke for the entire series? I hate that. Now looking back at it as an adult, and I'm just like, this is tacky, all of it. And then I think it was even tackier in the Parkers because eventually they got married at the end, and I was just like, all right, y'all.
See,
what?
I like the shows that had the message of just growing up black. When we got to the Parkers, it got dumb. It got urban youths.
I can't say urban youths, but it did get stupid.
It got stupid. Half and half, like I said, I like the show, but I hate when they clearly are trying to make Essence Atkins seem like she's the prettier one, and the other sister is like, saying she's the more down to earth. Now I'm like, are you serious?
Rachel True is stunning to me.
I'm about to say it is reverse in my personal opinion.
Damn.
And I'm just like,
reverse.
I didn't say that she was. Essence Atkins is cute too. But Rachel True was fine.
No, Essence Atkins is all right. You know what I'm saying?
She's still fine today. Like, have you seen her? She's like 50.
Oh yeah, I see her in that other BET movie.
Yeah, absolutely not.
No, not in that what was it? They had the Thriller thing she was in because she was in The Craft.
Yes, I seen that.
But I'm saying that was recent, and she's 50.
Why did I just make that comment? What I just made? Okay,
I'm not. I'm agreeing. Jesus Christ!
I hate when they sit there and they try to make the light skinned one more attractive, the more bougie one. All the men want her. Don't nobody want Essence Atkins like that.
Stop. And I'm not going to talk about this lady like this on the show.
She's cute. She's fine. I'm saying, but my homegirl over there, I'm like, that's the one.
I mean, that was a storyline in the show. The guy that she was with was with Mona. One of the guys she was with that she was really into was with Mona first.
Exactly. I know. That's what I'm saying. Those kind of things bother me because it's like, fine, if y'all want to get the girl from Black Girl that next movie I see yesterday, I'm like, I hate the point y'all trying to make, but you know what I'm saying. But that's still wrong. By seeing what you're saying about, but you don't get. It's like this. You don't put somebody on a rap song that can rap better than you can. You don't get a woman that's prettier than you to be the one that's below you.
I think that with that one, it wasn't like a colorism thing or anything like that. It was supposed to be a poverty thing. Honest to God, the reason because she was more like the down to earth sister. Because she didn't necessarily grow up with the direct effects of their dad's money like Essence Atkins did. They tried to make it a class thing, but it was a lot. It was
class sucks too.
Yes, it does. I was like, but this is my biggest thing.
Okay.
I I watched Girlfriends when it was on, and I would say a teenager, I guess, going into my early 20s, somewhere in that range. But watching it now as an adult, everybody was trash.
I said that
the whole ass cast, and it's the thing.
I said that back when I was watching it.
Because I was in like I told you before, I love these shows growing up, especially like Moesha and Sister, because there wasn't a whole lot of black girls on TV until the mid 90s, where we got that like surgence of black sitcoms. Because there were some, yes, we had the Cosbys. You had a different world, but the Cosby in a different world, that's a generation ahead of me. And I love A Different World still to this day, but still they're older than me. Not something I can necessarily relate with. Thea wasn't around that long.
Yeah.
Amen, fine, but that's still not.
Don't you ever find Amen?
But that wasn't. We weren't the audience for Amen.
Okay. Hey, Swag, do you remember Amen?
I never heard of it.
With Sherman
Hemsley?
Nope.
Oh, West Philly.
Yeah, the intro to that was filmed here in West Philly, but. Like Moesha and all them it was like a coming of age for people my age. So I was like, oh, cool, I can get with this. So I naturally transitioned to Girlfriends because, like Girlfriends kind of came out of that era, the end of that era, and then the game was birthed out of Girlfriends. Cool. So I watched it when I was young and was just like, some of the stuff they was doing was clearly ridiculous. But now, with the lens of a person in my 30s, everybody was a mess. Lynn was obviously the mess. She was made to be the mess from the beginning. I will take her out the equation. Joan was a successful lawyer, own house, own car, who would not stop whining long enough to find a decent relationship. And then she finally gets engaged and gets a decent person, and the cliffhanger of it was that we think he got killed in action. Like, why couldn't this lady get nothing? Y'all just could not. They walked over her like a doormat.
Because of who her mother was.
What?
Probably somebody was Diana Ross fans.
Listen, they walked over her like a doormat in the show. It was too much. She was constantly in some mess. And I was just like, girl, your relationships is a mess. Your friendships is a mess. I need you to calm down. Like, you too high strung. And then you get Tony, who is...
Can't stand Tony.
The fucking worst, honestly. If I was Joan, I don't know how their relationship got out of childhood. Like their friendship, I don't know how they were still friends up until the point where they didn't talk no more. It was ridiculous. Everybody in that show should have been cut her off.
She should never had kids.
Wow. And then Maya was the only one that I was like, this is a sensible storyline. She's, young, had her kids young, got like her height. I don't know if she had a GED or a diploma or whatever, but she worked her way up and started going to school. And then, she started having an affair, and I was like, okay. And it was an emotional affair. She didn't even sleep with dude, but he was crazy. And then she wrote her book, and shit kind of just went left. And I was just like, all right, man, like, I just don't know.
What is going on?
It's a mess.
Like, I'm lost.
You talking? Was she talking about or Girlfriends?
No, this whole thing that she was talking about.
Like, bro, like looking at it now. Listen. Will I still watch it for nostalgic purposes?
No,
sure.
Sorry.
Girlfriends to me is not a bad show, but the folks on there was a fucking mess.
Which equals to a.
That doesn't equal a bad show.
I'm being a dick right now.
But yeah, and then the same with the Parkers. I'll selectively watch episodes I want to watch, like that clown funeral one. Yes. That shit was funny. But for the most part, yes, I will watch that because they also. I don't know if anybody is familiar with this, but Prison Song also made its debut on Netflix today. That is the original BT classic that they would play like they play Baby Boy now. Mm-hmm. Like they had Prison Song in the chokehold in the mid 2000s. They just play that shit at least twice a week. If you've never seen it, Q-Tip is the star. He electrocutes Fat Joe on the train tracks and goes to jail.
I've seen it 1,000 times.
I'm not talking to you.
Oh yeah,
I'm talking to people who ain't seen it. It's a mess. Okay, so
that could be our first bad movie review.
probably it was a mess
Between that and Juana Man.
So I'm excited about
I'm happy about these shows coming. I might just start watching Sister tomorrow and just binge it. So
this is not on yet.
That's what I'm talking. Because that's what I'm waiting on.
They're spacing out. They said they're spacing out the releases so that people have time to like binge them, and then you can move on to the next one.
So I mean, like right now, we're on Moesha. It's 6 seasons. I'm be honest with you, Sway. Once, what's homeboy name?
Ray J
and her boyfriend.
Ray J.
Q.
And
yeah. Once they get on there, I get so toned. I hate those two characters.
He couldn't.
I couldn't stand them characters at all. I'm just like, why are you on this show? Why are you on such a good show? And I'm just like, say Q was such a.
She had to look out for family.
And then Ray J speaks for himself. And I don't mean that in a good way. So
does his hat switch positions in every scene?
Say what?
Does his hat switch positions in every scene?
I don't know. I don't watch it. I only watch it for like
I was just trying to explain that to him because he had never seen the clip before. But
okay. He did it again recently with a mask. I was like,
that was just very bad. Now that I think he did on purpose.
Yeah, I think he
trying
did
to be funny. Like, but the hat thing was somebody at the Love and Hip Hop editing room who just didn't give a shit.
They didn't at all. I don't know. It's just that the second half of Moesha is like the House of Pains when they got moved out their house.
Oh God, yeah.
All the time. I'm just like, damn. I thought we were supposed to laugh at this comedy.
Yeah.
Dad, please. Get out my house. Excuse me. I lost my words.
What happened?
Talking with Ray J sitting there crying because he got to go to boot camp. I'd have been sent Ray J to boot camp myself too.
Yeah, yes. Everybody was a mess in that show. I was just like, yo, that was when Moesha also Moesha started going off the rails for a minute too, where it was just like, Dorian's my secret son, not my nephew. Like what?
Okay.
So you was cheating on Moesha mama? Like, what's happening? I can't.
I don't know if I'm watching that now.
Oh, you never watched Moesha?
I have, but I don't remember all this.
That was like the end seasons, like the 5th and 6th season, right before she went to college. It was like he came and that was her cousin because he needed some discipline or whatever. And then her aunt comes and drops the bombshell that he's really his dad. But he gave him to the aunt so she could raise him. It was a whole thing. It was a whole thing.
That
like it's Moesha again. Wow. It got you got to stop a show at a certain point because that 6th season when they was in college, it was just like this is a lot. Stop. Like just let Brandy go make music.